Hey, what's up, VC? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel. Do a little different one this week. I'm going to go over some hip hop finds that I've had recently. I don't talk too much about hip hop. However, it was the first real genre that I got into. I talk a lot about what I grew up listening to from my parents, and stuff that I got into once I started playing instruments and getting into bands and became a musician in my own right. But I really grew up, just growing up where I grew up in Maryville, which is a suburb of Phoenix, and then growing up, going to school in South Phoenix. All I heard was hip hop, so that's what I grew up listening to. So a couple of these were, I found for decent prices, and a couple of these were really huge scores. So just go over them real quick. And just a couple that I've shown recently. This is one I showed a couple weeks ago, Kool Moe Dee, Wild Wild West. This I remember hearing for the first time in Germany, actually, when I was a kid. My dad was stationed there. He was in the Air Force, and they used to play videos at the base club on the CCTV there. This is the first time I saw the video for Wild Wild West, and it's always I've always loved that song. So then I also picked up Dre Day. I picked all these up for like 79 cents. It's a DJ dropped off a bunch of stuff at Goodwill or something. The main reason I picked this up was because it had 187 deep cover on it, and it's in really good condition. And then, of course, the 50 Cent Power of the Dollar EP with How to Rob and I'm a Hustler and Thug Love. So, and I talked about those last week or the week before. But these are some of the other hip hop finds I've had. This one I got about a month ago. I paid $9 for it, but this is Nas's The Lost Tapes. I found this at one of my local record stores. It doesn't really deal in hip hop. He just happened to get a couple pieces in, so like I said, I paid $9, so it was worth it. And I've been on the Nas since his first CD came out. I kind of lost interest in him about his fourth CD or fourth LP. I just kind of lost interest. But now, and in the background, sorry, I don't think I mentioned that. I've got Dead Prez, Let's Get Free playing. Great album. The song Hip Hop, I think, has one of the best hip hop beats ever. And I think that may be the next song on here. But regardless, that's what's playing in the background. This is one from '98, Divine Styler. He was part of the Rhythm Syndicate, which was Ice-T's crew. He's from New York. He got a lot of critical acclaim in the underground, but he just never got that big. He was always kind of a conscious rapper. This was his third album, I think. And this is Word Power 2. Really good double LP that I found for $1. It's not worth a lot. It's worth $5 or $6, But anything from Divine Styler, if you just want some good conscious hip hop from the mid '90s, it's a good way to go. Now the next two, I kind of talked about these in passing last week about being upset with the Goodwill that's trying to price stuff and pricing it wrong. So I finally went back. Somebody had already bought their Wu-Tang albums, which was ridiculous because the sleeves were completely shredded, and it didn't look like they were in very good condition. Two albums that they did have were in good condition. Where the sleeves were in so-so condition, I'd give them a G to VG, or Onyx, Shut 'Em Down, and then Terror Squad, the album. Oh, what is that?
Why haven't you learned anything?
It must be on. I'm playing this on iTunes, or I'm not through iTunes. I'm sorry, it's some MP3s that I have, so iTunes must be on random. Let's fix that real quick.
It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip. It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. One thing about music when it
I love this song. One of the best beats ever. But Shut 'Em Down from Onyx. I paid $15 for this. I talked them into opening it for me. They had it wrapped in cellophane. I talked to the manager. I was like, dude, you're ruining these sleeves. These two, there wasn't any pressure damage here. They had it wrapped this way, and they had it wrapped this way. And one of the albums that they did have was Capadonna, which I think is one of the worst hip hop albums from Wu-Tang. I just never got into it. And I liked Capadonna when he was with Wu-Tang. but they completely destroyed an almost perfect sleeve. Now there's these really bad indents. Regardless, I finally talked them into opening them. When I was there a couple weeks ago, he wouldn't open them for me. And the vinyl itself is immaculate. I mean, I would almost venture to say near mint to mint. I mean, there's not a mark. I mean, I don't know if you can see how shiny those things are, and there's no noise, at least in the, I played the first and I haven't played the second album yet, but so I paid $15. You know, it's a good $25 album, so I'm happy with that. So Onyx shut them down. Great album. You know, everybody seemed to fall off of Onyx after their first album, but they never fell off. You know, they've always been good. This was the huge one though, Terror Squad. You just do not see this album. Their second album, which had Lean Back on it, you saw everywhere. I had no interest in Terror Squad after this album because Biggie passed away, or I'm sorry, Big Pun passed away. The main reason I liked this was Big Pun. I'm not a big fan of Big Joe or Fat Joe or most of the other Rod Digga or whoever else. I don't remember who all was in here, but I'm sorry, Cuban Link was pretty good. But Cuban Link and Big Pun are the only ones from Terror Squad that I really like, and Big Pun rips it apart on this. What You Gonna Do is one of my favorite songs from Terror Squad. It's one of probably my top 3 lyrics from Big Pun, so I was real happy to find this. This one I paid a little more for. I think I paid $24.99. Again, the vinyl itself is in near perfect condition. It's got the original insert in it. There's a little damage. I don't know if you can really see it. There's some creasing. You can see where this is bent, and you know the corners are all pretty hashed. This was a DJ's. You know, they told me it was brought in with a DJ lot, but the vinyl is flawless. So you know, it was worth $25, and you see this thing go for $40, $45, $50. So pretty happy with that. This next one was kind of the score of the week for me, though. Scarface, The Diary. This is a very high VG plus with, you know, like issue being the hole punch there. It blows me away that this was hole punched in the first place, and maybe just because it was '94 and album sales were dropping at that point, you know. But I mean, this thing is in immaculate condition. The vinyl is beautiful, nice and shiny, near perfect condition. And this thing goes in this condition for $45 to $50, and I paid 77 cents at Goodwill. So I did a double take when I saw this. I thought maybe it was a single, and I did a double take. But you know, a lot of people consider this Scarface's best album. I think his first album is his best album. I consider this his second best, but I really like The Diary. Every song on here is amazing. So, I mean, this is an album that if I were you, that I would recommend any hip hop head checking out. But like I said, $50 album for 77 cents. You can't beat that. That's pretty much it. I've got more hip hop in my collection, but I'm not gonna go into everything I own. I just wanted to go over a couple of my recent finds and share those with you. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Any comments, any questions,